right, Dr. Wright, it's another end of week chat, and we've had 4 seasons rolled into 1 week, seemingly.
Who knows?
Did anyone see a snowflake the other night? I don't know. If it did, it came in the middle of the night. But I tell you, it was very cold for this time of year. So I know you and I like to have these weather.
We had a
chats
heavy
around.
frost.
We did. So hopefully, if you had vegetation this week, hopefully those weren't damaged. But I see we'll be back in the 80s next week.
Well,
so.
that's what they're saying, and it's one of the things. If you live in Tennessee,
Yeah.
expect weather conditions to change.
Stick around for 15 minutes.
Hey.
It'll change. This week has not been near as busy, so to speak, as district news compared to last week, and we talked a lot about that. But however, I have seen Mr. Jeff Luttrell, our new director, after you depart us at the end of June. He has been very close with you in the past week, and
Yes.
you can just tell that transitional vibe is there with him and
It's
you.
going to be good.
And since last week, he's been with you quite a bit. So tell us how that process has gone with Mr. Luttrell getting prepared.
Well, and I say this as an old classroom teacher, but he's a natural student. I mean, he's one that learn as much as he can. Ask the questions. Why'd you say that? Why'd you think that? Why would you propose that? Where are you going with that? And and that really not only causes me to reflect, but it's a really good relationship there, because there's a lot of decisions being made right now, particularly as we prepare for our next school year. We don't wait until summertime, because a lot of decisions are being made now, and so Mr. Luttrell's taking part in that, and it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, and earlier this week we were at Stoner Creek Elementary. We were at Robinson.
We had a field trip.
We did. We were at Robinson Gym, and you're seeing some video of that right now that I took earlier in the week, and you can see Dr. Wright, and you can see Mr. Luttrell, you can see Principal Amanda Smith, the SRO, our operations manager, Mitch Fox, a lot of people involved in
Food
here.
services?
Food services was there. All getting transitional and planning pieces as Bobcat Village is going to be coming to fruition.
That's so sweet. I love
coming
it.
to fruition. Certainly over the summer and later, and as we close out the spring and all of that. What can you tell us about the preparations being made for Bobcat Village for those families with Stoner Creek?
Well, first, because there's always that connotation as far as portables, temporary buildings. And once we give the word, these are going to be brand new constructed temporary classrooms, but temporary in the sense that we're only leasing them and they'll be moved. So that's what we mean by temporary. We're not keeping them, but they're brand new. We're looking at the 20 units that will equate to 2 standalone classrooms per unit with restroom facilities, but brand new. I want to keep emphasizing that we're not hauling a bunch of temporary buildings or portables in here that have been used elsewhere. They would be constructing them and transporting them out of Georgia. The other thing is looking at the infrastructure to support, from water utilities, your sewer, the hookup, even for technology, as far as making sure that we have all that in place as well. So a lot of, configurations and looking at that, as well as a playground, which is important for elementary education. We spent time in the Phyllis Robinson Gymnasium, and I think everyone was surprised by the room that was in there, because not only was it used as a gym, we have access to basketball. We still have the nets up, the goals at each end. We have bleachers in there. We have, ancillary offices running alongside of the gymnasium. So, but we're looking at teacher workspace. We're looking at administrative offices. We're looking at how we will set up for the cafeteria, the lunchroom, because one of the questions that came up: are we going to have cold lunches, cold breakfast? No, it will be satellited in there, but it will be hot breakfast, hot lunches. That's first and foremost. And so Tina Hutchins, who's our food service supervisor, was there looking at the layout, and very, very promising. And there's something I want to really stress, and I think we talked about it before, but for those that might not be familiar with the layout of the Stoner Creek property, the gymnasium there is a really good sized building. And when that tornado rolled through across West Wilson And Bart, you've got that video as far as when everything's going, literally
The
being sucked
camera
in.
at the gym was the front row seat to that, and credit to the builders, to everything, way back when that building withstood some incredible wind speeds. As that was one thing as I was in there the other day, I was like, it withstood. It's in incredible shape.
Yes.
But it withstood quite a beating and a few tremors, I'm sure.
And that I want to really underscore that, because again, when you looked at just the magnitude of the damage from that tornado, that building did stand it.
Yeah.
I mean, withstand it. Let's correct that there. But the thing too, that when you look, there was some of the pressure brought the floor up a little bit, but the roof, the walls withstood the power of that tornado. So I say that not to give anyone, as far as, feel better, but I think that it also states that we're looking at everything, and we're not going to place our students or our staff in a situation that we would feel that would be risky.
We know there's a lot of questions, and if you go to our district website or Stoner Creek's website, you will see some commonly asked questions that will be continually updated throughout later this school year, throughout the summer. There will be plenty of information, especially if you're a Stoner Creek family, to know exactly where you stand or where the process is with Bobcat Village. So that information is there now. It will be added on in the months to come. So just be aware of that, and we'll certainly give you any visuals that you need. Don't feel like you will be missing out on any key information, as we will give you that as time goes on.
And it won't be something that they will have to hunt and search for either, because you're going to make it very prominent on our website.
It will be, and it will be on your Stoner Creek website as well. And so just be on the lookout for that. And I know Principal Amanda Smith is going to be very aggressive in communication as well.
Yes.
And we'll be working together on that, so there won't be any missing information or what to expect. We're going to get that all taken care of for you. Where do we stand right now, as you know it today, with the health of the district? Seemingly pretty good.
And and I don't want to be real confident, because you never know. Sometimes we get confused with, this is the year of the allergies as well. I mean, pollen is in the air, and so everyone's a little apprehensive that when you hear a sneeze or someone's coughing. But I say that we right now are enjoying a very calm spell as far as COVID related illness. We did see an uptick a couple of weeks ago. We had to take one 5th grade wing as far as and place them on remote, but we are now seeing it sort of die down. But it's one that, Bart, I want to say we need to continue the vigilance, because again, we're seeing some things around the nation.
Yeah,
we're seeing an uptick. We don't want to see that here, and so with 6 weeks of school left, we need to maintain whatever protocol we have in place, particularly with the masks, the hand washing, the sanitizing of the classrooms. We need to keep that up, and let's get through the end of the year so we can reevaluate coming into the next school year that it might have paid off, and paid off significantly, that particularly when we look at the increase with the vaccinations, and now that they're also looking at the number of, they dropped the age down to 16, but they're even rethinking that they can even go some of the lower ages as well. So in anticipation that we might see the opening of school, we can sort of ease up a little bit, particularly with the masks.
right.
We know that's been uncomfortable. We know that's been an inconvenience, but I really think it's made a difference, not only on COVID, but it's the least amount of flu that we have seen since I've been here.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for that, for sure.
Yeah.
We know there's special events coming up. We have proms and graduations.
Yes.
I can't believe we're at that time of year again, but it is we are approaching it. So with proms and graduations, we know that's those are gatherings that include more people together. So
And there's modifications, but again, and I think really even with our students, they are more aware and understanding that, it's different. But when I look back at what we really experienced last spring and where we are right now, the modifications, just again, it's about safety and health. It's going to be good. I'm looking at prom right now, and some of the young ladies have shared with me that they have designer masks to
Yeah.
go with their gowns.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought? And some of the things for the proms as well are taking note
Yeah.
of that and doing some really interesting spins as far as the masquerade prom.
Yeah.
So it's really good. It's good.
All right, as we close things out, I saw a picture circulating of you the other day that you gave the ceremonial first pitch for Mount Juliet Lady Bears softball.
And I
was it
did
a strike?
embarrass.
Was it a strike?
Yes, they said it was. They said it was, and I will take that. I mean, and I checked with the girls, the Lady Bears, to make sure. I said, please tell me I didn't embarrass you. And they all giggled. But yes, it went across the plate.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well,
The catcher caught it.
you're seeing a photo of Dr. Wright and the Lady Bears, and yeah, so that was great. It's good to have it's just where we are today
Yes.
compared to where we were last year.
Yes.
When there were so many uncertainties, we didn't know
And
how
fear.
to
There was
navigate
the
and
fear.
athletic events being canceled left and right, but now we are doing things that we really enjoy, and so that's great. It's just it's a great. We're all going through this together, and it's getting better little by little every day. But we are in much better times now than we were a year ago.
And Bart, I'll have to add this because I guess it was the last couple of days. This time last year, there was no laughter on the playgrounds. None.
There was not a whole lot to really smile about.
And I've had to stop and just watch the kids play and laugh, the giggles and whatever they're doing is they're just romping and playing. And I'm thinking, my goodness, in a year's time, we're in a much better place than we were, and really looking forward to it getting better.
Absolutely. All right, folks, have a great weekend. Thank you for the time, Dr. Wright, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Okay, thank you.